Alright, cool. So, following up on the prologue, um, I don't think I've actually given a brief description of like what this YouTube is basically about. So, for one, I plan on being successful. I plan on doing great shit, and I'm making a fucking. Is it a documentary? No, it's not a documentary. There's another word for it. There's another word. I need to find the word. Hold on. It's an autobiography. That's it. That's the word I was looking for. So basically, it's gonna be an autobiography of how I do shit, and I say I'm gonna be successful, but in reality, that's me. What's it called? Speaking it into existence, because at the end of the day, no one actually knows. A lot of these things come down to luck and how the whole world works, etc. But my main goal is basically to work to the best of my goddamn potential, and I feel like my potential is very, very, very high. So I feel like I could come a very, very far distance, and I just really wanna first of all show a lot of people that like it can be done. Make money. Like, it's about making money. It's about making money. I'm not gonna say like to you. I wanna make dough, and it's not just about making dough. It's also about like educating myself and the people around me, because I've got bigger goals for Africa and stuff like that. And I feel like this is my way to do it, because I love speaking on topics, and I feel like the more I speak, the more people will actually be able to do something productive with their life. It isn't necessarily as a source of motivation, but instead a source of information, so you can learn, and just become a better person altogether. So now, this specific segment, I had just come back from the Netherlands. Oh, so I had a free yard. Had some friends come over. They freestyled. It is a very long freestyle, so I'm gonna have to like crop it into like a 2-3 minute segment. But there's like a massive podcast at the end, and I personally find it really interesting, and I'm hoping someone can learn something from this shit. So yeah. Speed of the flow. I want some dough. I want some more. I got no money. She's on my dick. Think her name Holly. Holly. Please stop talking about money.
I don't even taste no more, so I twist it off. With a smile on me, baby girl, I want to chase him out. Had to go and chase it, give a fuck about her makeup. And she only know me, but she love the way I'm famous. I go cash a little brace and fuck around and get on the table. Booty cash amazing, I said God, I'm so gracious. And I can't believe these bitches now. I'm gonna put it back in my pocket down, we're gonna let it ride. Yeah, it started, but it stopped again. Hey, you might want, then he dropped again. What the fuck, hey, you might just dropped again. We just flying with it, ha, we don't stop again. Hey, too high, hey, too much, hey, too much style. You see the boy dripping, man, I'm full up with this shit. And I'm full up with your bitch, now we full up on it.
What are you talking about?
Nigga.
That depends if you actually believe in some context.
You mean subtext? This is some context.
I don't even know. I was just trying to waffle my way through that, and then I realized that wasn't actually a word.
But yeah, we could do that.
We're recording already. Yeah, you fucked that. Fuck that. Sorry. Did you see his lip move? Did you see like the bubble?
And he's just gonna drink straight from the fucking bowl.
Probably how he handles with his problems.
Alright, so should we do that? But I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to give it 3-dimensional.
Yeah, I get what you
portrayal
mean.
of that, you know what I'm saying? What about?
I don't know how I feel about like our cameraman drinking.
I think it's a great idea. Was that on camera? That was a good little snippet.
Yeah. But now I'm gonna have to edit it. Like, it could have been a whole smooth section, but then you had to ask the question.
I don't care.
Okay. That's gonna hurt.
See, you go zoom in on my face when I did that bit, because I looked at the camera as well. I'm a fucking genius. Let's zoom in on this bit as well.
I mean,
Bitch. Maybe not that bit. That bit was a bit.
bro. I feel like I'm trying too hard to sound like smart. Or
You trying to
funny.
sound smart?
Nah, because I'm trying to think about what to say and where to go to with this conversation.
Are you just gonna have a normal conversation between both of us?
But
It
like,
seems like it's going that way. doesn't
yeah,
it?
but like if it goes that way, it's still calm, but like it drags on for so long.
You see, this is why I didn't put on my jumper.
Oh, so you put on my jacket instead.
Your jacket is black. Like, what's it? I'm
It's
not
red. Red and black don't really mix
Your
together.
jacket is not red.
No, the drink.
If I pour this on this, it's not gonna make any difference.
To be fair, I don't know. To be fair, it's already got like shit on it
I beg you
anyway.
to keep the jacket still.
No, no.
It doesn't even fit you, bro. Like this fits me.
Don't.
If this fits me so nicely,
don't,
it's not gonna
no.
fit you deep it.
No.
You just gonna be like, oh, muscle squeezing the buttons in my fucking jacket. Oh, it's not working. Oh, bro, you gonna sneeze and your jacket's gonna rip. Like that's not a flex.
Why do you think it's ripped in the first place?
Fuck you. Sips from his alcoholic beverage.
It's not alcohol.
Yes,
I'm not an alcoholic.
He's driving me home.
But that's not important.
What is it? Subtext.
Subtext. What is the subtext? 'Cause I can't lie.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I'll tell
Maybe
you.
it's gonna go into some deep shit.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
there's
said-
subtext between both of us right now. Pause. She didn't even tap out to take a drink. I was like, nah, that made me uncomfortable.
That's wild,
I'm
bro.
crazy. I feel like we should have music in the background. Put some more JP Martin. But like very, very low. You know what I'm saying? Like very.
Why are you so scared of making noise? Everyone knows there's a cameraman there. We just asked you to put on music. Like everyone is gonna be like, oh, why is he not making noise? Like it's probably weird the fact that you're not making noise.
Why are you acting so weird?
Isn't it?
Isn't it supposed to always like acts like he's inebriated?
You know, like you see that in kids as well. Like sometimes you can give kids a drink and say that's alcohol.
And they'll be like,
Yeah.
that's gonna be crazy.
How much do you think, like, actually, you know, stuff like this actually affects the human brain?
Oh, and how much is just
Yeah. Because there's definitely going to be some type of... Like, it's not just going to be... I don't know if the music's a smart idea, because...
it's just in the background a little bit.
True. But I'm trying to think about, like, when actually putting the video out, if the music
If
is
we need
gonna
to add music in the background.
Yeah, because it might be either, like, too soft or, like, the sound
maybe
doesn't...
you don't play the music. It's just for my ADHD, to be honest.
Now, to be fair, fuck it. Leave it on. What's the worst that can happen?
We can't edit it out.
Yeah.
Those are two different. Take it off.
No, it's alright, it's alright.
Top left.
Yo, tap. Sit down.
Got it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, but yeah, so how much do you actually think? Because I feel like 100% it does affect people.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of whatever the fuck I was thinking.
I think it's more in terms of, you know, like they call it like liquid courage, right?
Yeah.
I think, okay, for me, if I drink, in my head, I'm just like, I could be more bait.
Oh.
But I think it's because I don't know, this is like on a sociopathic level. I'm like, people understand that I'm drunk. Therefore,
But
I
I
have
feel
more
like-
of a threshold
I
to
feel
just
like-
say some dumb shit.
I feel
you know
like
what
you're
I'm
not the
saying?
only one, because I see girls do this shit all the time. Oh my god, can you not drink properly? What the fuck?
Don't worry about it.
Everyone's just stupid.
You're supposed to shut up and drink your drink. Pour yourself some more.
And ain't nobody gonna know you're a bitch. Bro. Basically, I see girls do this all the time. Like they have like a little sip of like drink, and then they'll be like, like, so I don't feel like you're the only one, because like even if you do dumb shit, you're less scared of what people are gonna think.
I
because,
think other people do it as well.
yeah, because at the end of the day, like you can always use the excuse of I was drunk.
Yeah, other people, I don't think I do it that much. I think certain people do it to this like mad degree.
Yeah.
There's bad girls I've seen like,
Exactly, all the time. And the thing is that like what annoys me the most is when like girls say like, oh, I was just drunk, but like you can just see on such a clear level, like.
then they be acting more.
Yeah, but I won't complain, to be honest, because I'm trying to get mine.
It's
So.
not just, I don't think it's just girls to be fair, but maybe I know it most.
But like I said-
also, it's one of the things because I feel like, right, we're going to some deep serious discussion now. But okay, the thing is that with girls as well, Okay, it's different. Okay, alright. Let me put my glass down for this because I'm gonna have to really articulate this.
Why is it moving like that?
Alright, so we've got
Yeah.
the societal pressures that limit. We have like a box
Ooh.
of
I like where this is going.
movement and attitude and action. I crossed his legs. But a box of attitude and movement and action that we are able to do, like it's like a certain circumference. If you go outside of that, then it's not societally acceptable. Do you know what I'm saying? Or rather, culturally acceptable. Let's say culturally.
Yeah, cultural would be a better word.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
So with girls act out more because they're not allowed in their culturally and also in their perceived understanding of the culture, they're not allowed to act out in certain ways, which is viable when they're drunk. AKA, how do I word this in a respectful manner? Like being more loose, to be fair. Comments I was gonna say. But being more loose, do you get me? Being more bait, being more loud, stuff like that. Because I feel like, at least culturally, it's weird as well because I, like the way that I move, like the way that I work, the way I understand shit, I don't really take culture into, I don't even fucking understand what the cultural expectation is a lot of the time, do you know what I mean? That's why I be in some situations I'll be like, I'm gonna be quiet because I know I'm gonna say some shit that's completely outside of the box, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I get what you mean.
But I understand that that's how they see it.
Yeah. So in a way, you don't let it restrict you, but like you're aware of the fact that
I'm not aware of the restrictions. I'm aware that there are restrictions. When there's a line, I don't know where the fuck the line is.
Okay.
So I just be doing my own shit. Sometimes I'm like, let me just see what everyone else is going to, so I can kind of get an idea of where the line is. Do you get me? And then with guys though, there's also a cultural box that we have to fit in, but it's more about being drunk because for guys being drunk, the characteristics that you get from being drunk, you're allowed to do that as a guy. Do you know what I'm saying? You're allowed to be loud, you're allowed to be loose, you're allowed to be brash, you're allowed to be, do you know what I mean? Like that's understandable. It's like you're being a lad, do you know what I mean? Like you're being masculine. However, I think in terms of
why do you think men wouldn't do this like before the alcohol?
I think they still do. They do it before the alcohol. That's my point.
But like,
it doesn't matter. If guys get drunk, they don't really.
Okay.
You get me?
Yeah,
but with guys, I think it's more. Like it's more the sober shit that we're not allowed to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Rather in terms of like
what type of sober shit?
Mental health shit. In terms of not being as masculine. So showing vulnerability, for example, we're not allowed to do that shit. At all. Do you get me? If with a girl, girls will be like, oh no, like show me your soft side, baby. You show her, she gonna call you a pussy and fuck your best friend, bro. Like, oh god, like it's not even on like some bitter shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the amount of times I've seen it in different people. Do you get me? Or you're like, I remember, like I've been having conversations with bad girls and they be like, no, I'll show a girl like that stuff, and then she'll respect me less. Like she'll talk to me less. She'll.
100%. I've been doing it myself. Actually, during this quarantine period.
You get me?
Like, because obviously a nigga ain't been seeing too many girls. So obviously the few that I do have, just feel free to hit me up if you get what I mean. I'm kind of desperate at this moment in time.
1-800 support Eugene'sDick.com.
But yeah, like, there was actually this girl that I was speaking to, and like, obviously I was saying like in the whole masculine thing the whole time. Obviously, you know, as time progresses, you're by yourself, and you know, you don't really have a lot of people to speak to.
Especially during lockdown, bro.
Yeah. So like, I actually opened up to this girl, and this girl would pop up to me on a daily basis. Ever since.
Slow down.
She didn't even pop up no more. Like, she popped up like after 2 weeks or some shit like that, and I was kind of hurt. Kind of hurt me. Like,
I have a point, and it's like, yeah, like, okay, so there's number one, there's that in terms of with girls, and I think also we have this weird culture at the moment where girls are always the victims. I want to be careful with this because
you have to be.
Do you know what I mean? Not even because I have to be, but because there's genuine argument. There's genuine validity to the argument.
Yeah.
But there's also bullshit to the point where it's like played up to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, guys, it's a lot more subtle. There's like 3 more layers to it, so people don't really deep it as much. But guys get victimized as well because I know for me personally, the main reason I try and be masculine is for girl. I ain't trying to be masculine for my niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'll make a gay joke in front of you guys that I won't make in front of a girl.
Okay.
Do you get
where
me?
you're coming from? Yeah.
Like
I was about to say, like, trying to be feminine. But
that's my point, bro. Like, that's my point. I will act like that in front of you guys for jokes.
Yeah, but it's funny.
But I would never do that in front of a girl.
Yeah.
Or I would, but I would be way more like.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I was trying to link a girl, I would be like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because she received that as
Because she would see that and she'd be like, yo, this is kind of soft still.
Yeah,
like, you know what? I'm gonna just start talking to him about like hair and makeup and.
But I feel like it also just depends on your intentions with the girl. Because if you're trying to blow her back out, like let's just be honest. If you're trying to blow her back out, you ain't trying to like look like you can't blow her back out. Like if you're trying to come with that soft shit, personally, I would think like.
What do you mean? In terms of, what would you say in terms of relationships though?
In relationships,
yeah. Would you be soft in front of a girl at the start during a relationship? Some I would say that you gotta be there for like 2, 3, 4 years. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say not even in terms of what should be, but what we feel comfortable with. You have to wait 2, 3, 4 years or like a long time.
Being very honest right now, most of the girls that I've talked to, I'm trying to beat. That's straight up. Like. But like, on a real note, like I'm not gonna cap and say like, oh no, I'm trying to be here for her soul or some shit like that. Like, I think it's something related with age as well, because just where I am right now. Yeah. But most of the girls I'm trying to,
you got life to live left.
Basically, if you get what I mean. But if I was further on and I wasn't just trying to blow a girl's back out and I was trying to look for more, you know, something deep.
Pause.
I mean, not really, because
you know.
But if I was looking for something more than just that, I feel like
sensitive side at the start.
But I don't feel like I'm overly sensitive. Like I don't know, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, that's also fair. I'm probably a sensitive nigga.
You know
I think about everything very deeply all the time.
But that doesn't make you sensitive. That just makes you think.
But it comes across as sensitive. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like, but also like, in terms of my own vulnerability and weakness. Do you know what I'm saying? Because that's important. Like because I deep so much stuff so constantly. Yeah. I'm more conscious of how I'm vulnerable to certain stuff. That's a waffly sentence. Let me try and articulate that better.
You need to learn how to speak like you, fam. Even when you're waffling,
but, okay, what I'm trying to say is like, because I deep stuff so much. Yeah. Okay. It's a mental state. Before I could deep, before I was on like super logical stuff. So I didn't deep anything emotionally at all. Yeah. Do you remember when I was like that? I'd be like, I just didn't feel it. Was actually mad because I wasn't even capping at anything. Like I was just like, bro, like I don't care. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas now, it's crazy because I actually told myself you need to be more emotional.
But why?
Because of girls.
You need to be more emotional because of girls.
I'm motherfuckers. Like in general, like girls know because of my experience with girls. Because I was like, I didn't empathize with their level of emotion, being emotional. Do you know what I mean? I was like, raw. I was being too cold as a person. And it meant that I was acting in a lot more of a cold way, like a less human way. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was like, right, I should probably be more in touch with my emotions because otherwise, a lot of other people are more emotional and I'm not going to be able to connect with them in the same way. I'm going to miss out connections with a lot of people.
That's crazy. Now that I think about it, like you control so much by like the opposite sex.
That's what I'm saying. Do you get me? So going back to my original point, all of this shit came a lot from my relationship with girls. Even after the relationship, do you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of shit that goes as guys. Okay, let me see. As guys, even if we're not 100 about, like even if it's not directly, in some way, we are also trying to impress or we're trying to.
But I feel like
move to what girls expect. Move to girls' expectations. Do you get me? Yeah. Their expectations. We wanna live up to them or impress them. We wanna impress. Okay. Yeah. We wanna impress females.
But I feel like it's not just females. I feel like sometimes you try to impress the people around you as well.
Yeah, but I don't think in terms of like like, nah, I'm good to you. Man, hold on the ball, like, I've got a drink there, bro.
What are you trying to say?
Tapping's wave.
If you want more.
Oh, no, I'm good for now.
But for my guys, I'm gonna be like, right, I need to be more emotional with Eugene. Do you get me? I don't be like, I need to be more emotional for Spider. I need to be more emotional to interact with Josh. Like, I need to be more emotional to interact with Lashinda. I need to be more emotional to...
Change it up.
We can bleep it. But I need to be more emotional to interact with Legenda. Do you get me? We're bleeping it, we're definitely bleeping it. But
I feel like we should just leave it in. I'm playing.
okay, no.
Yeah.
But like, we need to be more emotional to interact with those people. Or at least myself. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why I was like, right, I need to be more emotional as a person. Because bro, there's so much shit, like there's so many, like it goes so many layers deep. Because then in my head, I'm like, bro, do I want to be some guy who's not fully in touch with his emotions, so can't really connect with girl?
Yeah.
Because the majority of girls that I've interacted with, I haven't been able to connect with them on that level because I wasn't as emotional. Right?
But I feel like
this is wait, I'll get to a juicy bit. So because of that, right? So yeah, I'm gonna be like that and then end up dying like alone or some shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's the trope. If you look at the movie, there's that bachelor guy, he's doing well, but he ain't got no love. You know what I'm saying?
Why is that so bad?
Save that topic, right? But the thing is as well, once you start becoming emotional with girl, then it means you have to open up to being more vulnerable with them. You have to open up to being weaker. You have to open up to all of this shit. You have to open up to how they're making you feel.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, if girls see that in you from the start, it's a turn off. A lot of the time, I won't say for girls in general.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all girls, but a majority of girls, if they see that in you from the jump, they're gonna see you as soft. They're gonna be like, this guy isn't coming to me with chest. Do you know what I'm saying? I know, like, if I like a girl, I'm gonna be way, like, on an emotional thing as well, I'm gonna be way more sensitive. Not even sensitive. I'm gonna be way more like, I'm gonna come softer, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because if I come at you aggressive, if I come at you hard, if I come at you less caring about how you feel, then I know that can have an effect on you.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But if I care about you, if I actually like you, then I'm gonna be more, what's the word? I'm gonna be more careful with you, which comes across as me being soft. Because I'm not gonna say some shit with chest to you. Do you get me? I'm not gonna say some fucked up shit to you with chest, even though, like, I know in general you might like that.
Like, I don't know if there's a pattern, because for everyone it's different, of course.
Yeah.
But what makes you like a girl?
I was actually thinking about this, right?
Yeah.
I think it's changed.
It's changed.
To a degree. Because some anime shit coming up on TV. But that's gonna fuck with my ADHD so much. But like right now, number one, they're straight up.
Straight up.
I don't wanna have to play fucking mind games. I'm not that type of person. I'm just a straight up person in general. Do you know what I'm saying? So whenever I feel like, bro, there's some like stuff going on in the background that isn't fully being said, I'm like, this is confusing me. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me act strange. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know what the playing card is. It needs to be straight up. So you need to be straight up.
No, straight up in what way? Sorry.
Straight up is in like, you know when it's like, okay, when you're texting a girl, and you're like, bro, I need to wait 10 minutes before you see it. Yeah. And you know what to say, but you're like, I need to wait 10 minutes because she's gonna wait 10 minutes. Because like, that's so stupid. Do you know what I'm saying? Or be like, I'm gonna act like hard to get for a bit to like get her to like, we could just be straight with each other. Straight. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if she's not on me at the start, she's straight about it. But she's feeling me a little bit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like she'll be straight about it instead of being like fully trying to act like she's not or some shit. And then I'm like, do you know what I'm saying?
10 minutes isn't that deep, to be honest.
Huh?
10 minutes is not that deep.
But that's why I feel like it's weird because if you're constantly thinking about that, and then for me as well, I'll forget and do something else, and then I'll take you 3 days later. You know what I'm saying? I'm not joking.
Nah, I've been there.
Do you get me? So that's number one. But then number two, and this kind of links to number one as well, like she needs to actually give a shit about me, but also I need to know that she gives a shit about me.
I find this a weird one as well myself, because like sometimes I feel like, I mean, not that I'm saying like I'm the best looking person in the world, but like sometimes I do feel like, because I had this a lot earlier on, like I feel like girls would just come at me for like attraction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They didn't really care about me myself. Yeah. It's more like the status of like I have this nigga. Like I find that shit a bit weird, if you get what I mean. Like I said, that shit changes like over time. Like you learn to not really care that much. I feel like because you can't really come for someone for themselves, because you never will know until you actually know the person, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, initially, but I think the way that you comment them.
Yeah.
If you're commenting them and you only care about how they look,
Yeah.
or the client that's gonna comment, you comment it a certain way.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what I might just say there is like, if you're gonna go talk to a girl, you're not gonna know what she is like off the get go. You're gonna come at her for something.
But if you comment at her, punani, pom pom,
yeah, but
vagina,
you're gonna come to her because of her attraction. At the end of the day.
yeah. But if you come at her for that, then you're just like, I just want to be your cheeks, right? If that's the only reason that you're coming at her,
some people just look
then you're gonna come at her
interested.
different. You get me?
True.
You're just gonna be like, you're gonna say some. It's gonna be like high impact one-liners, for example. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be
What
like,
do you mean by that?
I mean, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna seem like the best person for a bit.
Yeah.
You know it's not maintainable. You know you're talking to someone, you're like, right. Do you know what I'm saying?
I
Do
get
you know
where
like,
you're-
I mean?
I get
Like
where
I
you're
can
coming
be
from.
hella. This is actually my point. It's actually links to one of my other things to say. I can be hella charismatic
Yeah.
for a day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, 3 weeks. Everyone says like there's like a thing that she said like 3 months is as long as you can keep a facade up for, and then after that you go back to normal. I say, but forever long, should get me. Or like if you're at a party for like a whole night, I can be hella charismatic, yeah.
Yeah.
But then after that, I must be money. I'm not super charismatic naturally. I know how to be, so if I put my mind to it, I can do it, but I'm not trying to put that much effort constantly because that's going to be fucking draining for me.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So when I really like a girl, I won't comment them that charismatic. I'm going to be more mine. Do you get me? They're going to be like, oh, this nigga a bit awkward sometimes. Oh, this nigga like deep shit sometimes in a weird way. This nigga, this and that. Because I'll be like, you know what, like you need to see what I'm like now. So that it's gonna be calm. Because I don't want to be hella charismatic at the start. And then you be like, wow, he's Do you know what I'm saying? And then later on, it's like
kind of dead.
Well, even in the other way, like they're too deep onto me. They're like, oh, he's here, and they like me for it. They liking me on here. So now they're like this level of liking me, whereas actually I'm here. Because I've done that with girls as well. Do you know what I mean? I'll come hella charismatic and they like me like a lot, and then I'll be like, bro, this is too fast.
What do you call like your charisma?
Charismatic self.
Yeah, your charisma. Yeah, is it just isn't that just like confidence? To be honest,
it's confidence, but I don't know. Like, I don't think it's just confidence.
Okay, so what would you say is the difference between you in your charismatic state and you? It's just you.
In my charismatic state, I'll just put more effort in. Basically, like there's my natural self, and then there's like I know this version of myself. That's what it was. Did you get me?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it's actual confidence.
It's not actually.
It's portraying. It's
faking it.
essentially, which is fucked as well. I don't like that. Do you know what I'm saying? This is one of the things that I think during lockdown I kind of deep. I've been like, you know what? If I want people to like me because I'm more confident, I want it to be because I'm actually more confident, not just because I know how to project.
But at the end of the day, you are working towards it.
You know how they say fake it till you make it?
Yeah.
I think that shit's bullshit still.
I believe it's bullshit too. I can't lie to you. But at the end of the day,
think you really need to just deal with your whole inner workings and shit. And really go through your whole mental shit
I
to get to that point.
But what I've decided to do multiple times is to just kind of just stop it. Like, literally just stop faking it.
Yeah.
And then just go incognito for like a while.
Yeah.
And then try and build up from that
Yeah.
point. But it's hard because like at the end of the day, like you don't get the same level of attention you used to get. You don't have all these people around you, all these things that used to make you like kind of gassed, make you happy. And it's a bit weird to like build up from there, if you get what I mean. I feel like there's such a hard camera angle to the film. Like you're just carrying on the video, if you get what I mean.
Just gonna switch. But no, I agree. But also I think that in itself, like dealing with that lack of affirmation and gratification, that's the correct word. Like dealing with that sudden dip in gratification also forces you to really look at yourself. Because there's no more yes men. It's not necessarily yes man, but like yeses around you. When there's no W's in the way, there's no L's in the way, you're just you in the fucking mirror, you gotta be straight with yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas if I got money in the bank, this is why I'm saying lockdown was actually hella helpful, because I'm not making tons of money now because I'm not fucking working. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not like gassing me up because I'm not coaching people anymore, for example. I'm not fucking having to. There was a point where it stopped where I was like, me projecting that super confident image of myself. I just stopped doing that. So people weren't like, wow, Emmanuel's so charismatic and da-da-da-da, which was like gassing me up so much. There's just a point where I stopped doing all of that shit. So when you're stopping all of that and it's just like, all right, it's just me and myself now. Then it's like, cool, how do I look at myself? Cool, what am I thinking about? What's going on? Like, what's the conversation now when there's not all this gas? Because I'm like, bro, I'll be listening to Drake and be like fucking deep in the lyrics and relating to all of that shit. Do you know what I'm saying? But a lot of it was on a hype thing. Like, it was true. Some of this was true, do you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think of a Drake lyric that I really related to now. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Which is a bit deep. But there was something like, that's me right now, do you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't a permanent, it wasn't internal. It was external. It was an external
source of confidence.
Yeah, it was an external situation rather than an internal situation. I think when you're at something internally, like, it's permanent. You
100%.
get like when I feel like a fucking bored, when I feel like Drake internally, then I know I'm winning.
Yeah.
As long as I'm still deep. As long as I'm like on some fucking superficial shit.
No, I feel you on that. 100%. But like, because we're social creatures regardless, like, you know, we're gonna be around people and it's gonna affect us in some type of way if people have like, you know, positive comments about you and negative comments at the same time. So you know, I feel like it's definitely so hard because when I actually like, you know, take this break for myself and I'm like, you know what, let me actually try and build this up properly. And all of a sudden, you know, those positive comments that I always be getting, because especially during college, I used to fake my happiness all the time. Like, niggas like, oh, how are you always so happy? If you know what I mean? And like, I was. But I'm not gonna say I was sad because that's wrong. That's a lie. But I wasn't that happy. If you get what I mean.
And so it was like making all your friends laugh and walking by. That energy.
And like recently, like I've been getting so much like, oh, Eugene, you've changed so much. Like I don't know what it is. I don't feel that comfortable around you anymore. And like I don't know how to take this. Like
it's calm though. Because it's people. That's the thing. Like, you know what I mean? Especially when you're on that vibe and then you function to a certain level. Do you know what I'm saying? You function to that level, and then that's what people know you for. Because the thing is, like, and this is again, it's like a society thing going super deep, but as a society, we don't accept or applaud or appreciate people when they're not doing amazing. Like, when they're not, like, I think in general, in terms of ourselves, in terms of our personal development, in terms of productivity, it's more beneficial to be truthful than to be looking like you're doing well. Or just to be doing well, but only externally. Like, internally, you still need to develop a lot. Do you get what I mean? It's more beneficial to be truthful than like, I'm here, I want to get to it.
100%.
Than being like, here externally, like, I have this right now, I'm going to act like I'm here as well. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more beneficial for us to just be like, yo, I'm not there yet, personally. But people aren't going to fuck with you like that. Do you know what I'm saying? To the point where it might actually negate the external.
And I feel like it's one of those things. It's going to be difficult because.
But again, do you know what I'm saying? Because if you want to develop, do you think it's going to be easy?
It's not. It's never going to be easy, and I'm not mad about it if you get what I mean. But it's about staying on that journey itself. That's the part where it's just weird because you want to stay on this journey, right? But you don't even know if you're doing the right thing.
You don't even know. That's the thing. Because there's no like encouragement. That's what I'm saying. There's no encouragement. There's no like when you're like, it's like when you're doing well, it's like, well done. But it's like when you're not doing well, which is where you're actually at, but you're gonna be doing well soon. You're going the right way.
Then what are you doing, bro?
It's just quiet. Maybe it's not even that cussing you out, but it's just quiet. You know what I mean? Like,
and the thing is that like I feel like you need to put in your head that it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Like, all of their comments, they are irrelevant.
Yeah.
They are going to be irrelevant regardless.
The thing is, you need to be a certain level of confidence to really understand that as well.
Yeah, and I understand that
Yeah.
because for me, it's a lot with basketball myself. Because I started off completely garbage. I had little to no confidence, even though I had some type of ability.
Yeah.
Like I had little to no confidence, and all my confidence really came from people being like, "Oh, you're actually really quick."
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Really?"
And then people gas you.
Yeah,
Like,
and then like, "Oh yeah, I'm quick."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think based off of that as well,
Yeah.
it's almost, and I was crazy that I was having a conversation with Josh about this as well.
Mm.
Because I was in an environment where I was supposed to be, like, people knew me as being here.
Yeah.
And I just come back from lockdown.
Yeah.
And I was like here, and I didn't have the energy to be acting like I was up here.
Yeah.
So I was just being real.
Mm.
And then you know what I mean? I was like, mad. So I think the biggest thing in that position is faith.
Yeah.
Not like a shout out Jesus thing, because I'm not religious, but it's faith in the action. Do you get me? It's faith in like, rah, I'm doing this thing and I feel like that's what's correct. I'm really trying, I'm really putting in the effort and I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But no one is gassing me for it now.
Mm.
Maybe because before they thought I was on a high level, so they're like, I don't need to. This person is slacking at the moment or whatever.
Yeah.
Puh.
Tell them shut up.
It's not even that. It's just like having faith, not only in yourself but in the action. You get me? It's like if I go and lift weights, I'm going to Greece in October.
Yeah.
With a bunch of hench niggas.
Okay.
I'm not that hench right now. So for the last 3-4 days, and until October, I'm just gonna do like push-ups basically. Yeah. That's my workout routine. It's like I'm doing push-ups until it like basically burns, it gets uncomfortable. I'm gonna do like 30 more after that. I'm gonna keep increasing the number as well as my mentality gets better. But that's basically the routine, right? Yeah. So I've been doing it. No one recently has been like, yo, your muscles actually getting better. Because it's been 3-4 fucking days, you get me?
I was about to say weeks or months.
But it's been 3 or 4 days. So like, I'm not looking in the mirror like, actually to be fine, dude, that's myself. But like, you know, I look at it like my head. It's probably just in my head to be honest. But
whatever. It's best to have it that way.
But it's good because I got it in my head. But no one's gonna be like, no one right now will be like, oh man, you're getting hedged. Because if people were doing that, I'd get more gas to do it. Yeah. But that doesn't mean I should stop.
100%.
Do you get me? Like, you don't build muscle from going to the gym once. So people are gonna gas you about being hench because you went to the gym once. Yeah. People won't even gas you about going to the gym because that's not what people respect. They respect you being hench. 100%. It's a certain mindset that you actually respect someone going to the gym. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Look how many people like fucking clown fat niggas for going to the gym and they're there on the treadmill looking all sweaty and shit. Yeah. I can't lie, it's low-key funny, but like they're clowning them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they shouldn't be there. And it's like, they're doing what they need to do to become hench. When they get hench in 2 years' time, that's when you're gonna gas them. Yeah. That's when you're gonna be like, oh,
how did you do it?
How did you do it? I'm not the same person. He was clowning this fat nigga because he was running on the treadmill because his rolls were going from side to side. Jerry.
If you fat, you're working out, keep doing your thing.
Do your thing, you get me? But there's certain points where we're fat or we're skinny, mentally, and we need to start fucking like going to the gym. No one's gonna gas us for it. That's not when people start gassing you unless you got like a really good circle with the right mindset. People aren't gonna gas you for that. And even still, they might not even gas you for it. Do you know what I'm saying?
And you don't need to wait for people to gas you as well. That's the thing.
Just do it yourself.
Yeah, because like what happens when they leave? Like what if people were gassing you and now all of a sudden they go into a different country? You're gonna be like, oh yeah, I don't really feel
also
like...
as well, like I know my ability to gas people was also part of my henchness. Do you get me? It was part of me being muscly back then. I was never muscly. I always been a skinny boy, but like it was part of me being muscly back then. So even sometimes like we can't even hold it against people to not gas us because they might be going through their own shit as well. I know I'm not gassing as many people as I would before because I'm taking that energy and using it to gas myself. Yeah. And to spur myself on and to be my own cheerleader. Do you know what I'm saying? So I can't be your cheerleader right now.
Because you have to do it for yourself.
I'm fucking developing myself. Once I'm at that point, I will do as much because I know how effective and how impactful it is to have someone there cheering for you in the back. when you're just at the gym but you're still fat or you're still skinny.
Mm.
Metaphorically, not metaphorically, either way. Do you know what I'm saying? I know how helpful that is. So when I get to the position where I can cheer for you, I'm gonna fucking cheer my ass off for you. I'm gonna give me an E! You know what I'm saying? I'm on that shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Pom poms and everything.
Like once again, back to basketball. For me, the time that I progressed the most was actually in college.
Yeah.
When I did make it into the team and I was playing with these guys that weren't as good,
Yeah.
but they saw me working hard. They saw me putting
That's
in the work.
the-
All the time.
Yeah.
Like they're like, damn, like how didn't you make it? And like every single time I get like even as a slight compliment like that, I'd be like, you know, I'm gonna put in more work because I know this shit is working.
Exactly.
I know I'm moving
The
forward.
thing is, imagine that same situation though, and they were at the same point you were.
Yeah.
They won't be gassing you as well.
100%.
Do you get me? Because we're all focused on ourselves. So the thing is as well, like, it's not even a case of necessarily it's like a societal thing that we need to get better because everyone's
to be
trying
fair,
to get better.
What I do want to say about that
I
though,
think-
is
yeah,
like
yeah.
I was still gassing them up too. The only
Yeah.
thing is the difference between me and them is that they didn't put in the work that I put in.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like they would say they wanted to. Everyone wanted to put in the work. Like, for them to actually do it, it didn't actually happen. And I also didn't want to put it in like because I was happy doing it because like it just like
Made you.
yeah it made me me.
The process, that's another thing, bro. When you just enjoy the process, no one even needs to gas you.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
you
what
just
they
enjoy
do-
going to the gym.
When they do, it makes you feel like that nigga. You've been working out with
People
this
like, I
guy.
ain't even really like forcing it right now. This is just me. Like, like, wow, you're going so hard. You're like, yeah, just do it.
I mean, that's probably the best compliment you can get because you're being complimented for being yourself.
Yourself, yeah.
Not even for doing something because of the pressure of
That was
other
the bar.
people.
Yo, read up. Say that again.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
So you're getting complimented for being yourself.
Boom!
Because that's
You got it.
oh you
I was recording like 9 minutes ago.
How did you
unfold it.
Full the?
What did you
delete
delete?
some shit?
Oh, now it's finished.
I mean, we get two angles and stuff.
Yeah,
that's
back
quite
and
cool.
forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
deleted that when you were watching the thing.
Oh, but.
but yeah, I think
Alright.
I think that is important. You know, like having a realization. Because for me right now, that's actually fucking crazy. I'm gonna send this video to Josh. Because we were having a whole conversation about this. Because I was talking to him and I was like, bro, it's crazy because I felt like I was doing so well. Because I learned, and like me doing really well was because I was learning all this stuff for the first time. Like how to act confident, how to do all these different things with people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? How to manifest the external, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And slowly get the eternal there or whatever.
Mm.
I was learning how to do it, and that's what was like driving me. Do you know what I'm saying? So even though no one was necessarily cheering me on,
Yeah.
I wasn't saying this part to Josh, but I'm just deeping it now.
Yeah.
My point was like, all the stuff that got me to being here externally
Mm.
was just because all the information that got me there was new, and I was just excited about having this new information. I felt like I was enlightened or something. Do you know what I mean? But now, the external is back to here
Mm.
because it's quarantine. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all gone back.
Yeah.
Because you need to keep it going. If you don't keep it going, it comes back.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
get me?
literally
And my
taking
internal
away.
was still, my internal was probably like, say I instantly, I was
It's like you've got two energy sources,
and then you went back.
and
Do you
you're
get me?
relying on one of them.
So you always go, your
Yeah.
internal position is your baseline.
Yeah.
You get me? So I was back here and I was like, bro, I don't know how to get
You
back.
know what's the secret of thinking about it?
Hmm?
It's like fossil fuels and natural energy.
Okay, go.
Because
scientists.
if you think about it,
Yeah,
fossil
yeah.
fuels they're gonna disappear regardless.
Yeah.
Natural energy, the sun, like
Mm.
you ever gonna
It's
see that
gonna
shit
be
disappear? It's gonna be there forever, fam.
I mean, not forever, but yeah.
I mean, for as long as we're
I
alive,
get it,
probably, if you
yeah.
get what I mean. So, like, at the end of the day, like, all this external, gratification that you're getting, it's not always going to be there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's nice that it's there. It's quick, it's
But-
easy, it's cheap. But once you actually, if you want to make it, like, stable, last forever, you're going to have to put in this natural resources and actually, like,
Grow.
yeah,
you know
like,
what I
make
mean?
them permanent.
Yeah.
Because if you put down a fucking solar panel, that shit's going to stay there for years.
100.
And it'll keep your energy going. It's expensive.
100.
It takes money.
It's not, I'm just
Oh,
saying it was.
First. It's gonna look professional in here. But yeah, it costs money. But
Yeah.
like, it's a big investment,
Yeah.
but it stays.
True. Exactly. Do you
Yeah.
get me? And I think what I was saying to Josh basically, I was like, I'm back here now,
Mm.
and it's not new information. I know how to get here, but it's not new information for me.
Bro, I feel like
so it's not driving
the same life. I'm like, I've been on that same shit.
Bro,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Right?
Yeah,
Like, it's different. We come back and we have so much shit to talk about. But yeah, it's like it's not new information to me anymore. So I'm like, raw. I don't feel there's nothing driving me anymore. Like, because what was driving me to get to this point before was the fact that everything was new. I was absorbing all this new information and I was excited at that. But now I know everything. I just got to do it again. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, there's no drive anymore. Like, there's nothing that's encouraging me. I don't even have my own internal cheerleader because I already know everything. So they're going to be like, yeah. Duh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's no like revelation.
There's no like, oh my god,
yo, I'm gonna have to do this.
You get me?
Yeah,
there's none of that because I already knew it, but I'm back here. So, what am I supposed to do? But I think that's what it is. It's faith. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because faith is knowing something, or not necessarily knowing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna put it in that context. It's knowing something, but not seeing the results straight away.
Yeah.
And still doing it. And that's where I'm at right now. And I was crazy as well because I like called him about it. I was low-key doing what I do, and I had to stop because I was like, bro, like this is really fucking with me. It was just playing in my head the whole time. And I had to call him. I was like, bro, I was talking to him about all of this. I was like, I just need to get this off. And then we ended the call and we didn't reach any conclusion. He just cheered me up basically, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep going here, whatever. Yeah. And then I keep going. It's still in the back of my head, but I'm like in a better mood. Yeah. And then I just text him like, yo, it's faith. But it makes so much sense because it's like that's when the eternal grows. Do you get me? It's not a new revelation. It's not some superficial fossil fuel that's driving you forward. That's like super explosive, super like. It's actually you internally have to drive that shit. Yeah. Because if you don't have any faith, you're not there internally. You're gonna stay in the same position. You need to actually do the thing. So it's like now it's a matter of me placing habits that I had before. Yeah. Doing all the things that I used to do.
But understanding
why.
Yeah.
And then almost doing it. It's not even having an effect yet. It's until it becomes fucking ingrained in my head. And then it's like, oh shit, now we're making movements. Do you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be way more slow, but it's gonna be way more sustainable. It's gonna be like permanent. Like once I really get this shit.
Yeah, bro.
And it's like, bro, that's just me now. That's just Manny now. Because the second time you do it, and there's literally no fucking applause. Not even from yourself. You're just doing it yourself. It's just that's growth. Like you know how much strength that fucking takes to do that shit.
I'm being so honest with you right now, right? So for example, literally everything for me links back to basketball. So I've come to like, because the thing is that with basketball, to make it, it's not always gonna happen. And the thing is that I understand the part of fate. Like you need to have the faith that you're gonna be just as good or better than you were before. Yeah. You know, and I've come to a conclusion because I've had times where I'm in my room and I'm there like, you know, what if I just don't make it? Like, you know, all of this is going to be useless, and then like I'll basically prove everyone around me right. And I realized like at the end of the day it doesn't matter because some people are going to be there like, I knew he was going to make it. But when you don't make it, some people are going to be like, oh yeah, he wasn't going to make it anyway, if you get what I mean. Yeah. And I had to come to this conclusion with myself that these are my own decisions. You know, if it goes wrong, I'll have to accept it for what it was. If it goes right, like I'll be hella gassed, if you get what I mean. Yeah. But nothing should actually stop me from putting in work because
especially when it's what you want to do.
Yeah, 100%. And it doesn't matter what other people will say if it doesn't go like the way you want it to. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, they would have said something else if it went well. Like the whole. It's weird. It's such a weird place to be in, and it's like, at one point I'm kind of excited because like, the best part is like the amount of people that are kind of like, they think like you're delusional for thinking this way. You're delusional for you're gonna make it like this, and I feel like so much of it comes down to some type of self-hate as well. You know, some people believe that they can't do it. Because, some mental blocks and stuff like that.
Internalizing shit other people said to them, it can be something.
Yeah, and then they start being like, yeah, he isn't going to make it, if you get what I mean. Because they think it's impossible. Yeah. Because they actually put it like that in their own brain.
But the thing is as well, like, when you deep it, the only niggas who made it were the niggas who thought they were going to make it. No one got there by accident. Maybe like one dude
and even
who was like, some weird, anomalous freak. You know what I'm saying? In the best way possible. But everybody else was like, I'm gonna get there. Because it's like, if you're driving a car, if you're driving me back to my house, and you don't set my fucking location into your GPS, you just start driving, you're not gonna get there. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't set the location, if you don't decide, I want to get here, and you're just moving, you're not gonna get there. Or like, unless you're really lucky, you'll get there by chance.
Yeah. 100%.
So if you're like, you're trying to drive to my house, but you're like, you know what, I can only get halfway to Emmanuel's house. So you set the location for there.
Yeah.
You're gonna get there, you're gonna stop there. And then it's like, cool. Duh! Like the amount, like, that's so obvious, do you know what I'm saying? But when we apply that to life and mentality and your like success, your position of success, everyone's like, nah, I don't know if we got enough gas. Shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah, I feel like we're talking about like slightly different things. Like it's still.
I don't know. I think it's a different analogy.
Yeah. No. Like I get what you're saying. It makes sense, but I think I was talking more about like choice making in itself.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I don't think I've told you, but I'm moving country to either Spain or Belgium, but I'm thinking it's going to be Spain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Learn Spanish.
Hmm?
Learn Spanish.
Yeah, man. Not just learn. I just wanna. It's weird because this is what I mean. This is what I'm saying with like the choice and like I might not make it because you know I'm always like limiting myself to how other people. That's where I think my thought process was coming from at that moment in time.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, the reason why I'm going there is first of all, Spain. The basketball is like at a very high level, but you can progress up slowly.
Yeah.
You don't have to like just jump into like the highest level, of course. Like getting dunked on and shit. Nah, but you know, it's like I'm taking this like step in faith, not even in faith, in acceptance that like I might not even get to the highest level, you know, but it's my decision, and I like if I were to take someone else's word for it, so like if you told me like, oh, you're never gonna make it in basketball, and I never did it, maybe at like 29 or some shit like that, I'll be like, oh, what if I actually put in the work? If you get what I mean. You're gonna have regrets because you're letting other people dictate what you think is right and what's wrong, if you get what I mean. And that's something that I've really like
100%
attempted to internalize.
Like, even if the result wasn't what you wanted, just the fact that you can look back and be like, I did what I wanted to do is enough.
It's the best.
And it's about the internal growth, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you do that shit and you don't get externally where you want to be, just the fact that you were strong enough to fucking do it.
That makes you so much stronger than so many people.
Bro.
Like, the people that do display this type of confidence in public, like, sometimes they don't actually have it. The moment people will start turning that comment into, like, hate comment.
It's like fucking rappers, maybe watching YBN, and this nigga like, oh, gang.
You're like, yo, this is the coldest nigga I've ever seen. He will take my girl.
And then the video when this fucking lame woman walks in, he's like, talking, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's two separate things, so we can't even take everyone like, that's true. I feel like we've said everything that needs to be said.
Yeah, I think this was cool. Running that shit up, nice. Yeah, man.
Like and subscribe. I really fuck.
Oh my god, I just